Okay, so we're going to work a couple of these. I'm going to work some add, subtract mainly because we already know how to do the multiply, divide. So let me just refresh your memory because this is your page and whatever you don't finish is homework. So if you look at number 1, everybody look at number 1. We're on page 370 in book number 2. It's the book that's solid green, okay? So get there. Pause if you need to. Okay, in multiplication, remember we do that. What property? Starts with a C. Okay, commutative property. And remember, I just like to color code because that's me. So I'm going to take this and this because those are the bases and put them together. And then I'm going to put the powers together and color code that way. So what does this mean it's going to do? I'm going to be multiplying 4.2 times 2. And you may want to write that up and down. And then you're going to put together 10 to the 4th times 10 to the 3rd. And remember to go mads on this one. And when you multiply, you add. And then you're going to answer the question that way. Okay, let's do a reminder on division. So everybody look at number 2. What property? Okay, commutative property. So put together the 2.8. And I'm going to do it like this, like you need to divide, okay, and I should have written the other one kind of like that, so, and you know how many times 7 goes into 28, people, just remember that decimal's in there, okay, and then divided by, and then you're going to put together the exponents, so let me just color code, get it green, but I'm going to write it the same way, 10 to the 5th divided by 10 to the negative 2, and you have to go maths, but when you divide, you subtract. Now, guys, you listen to me, and you listen to me good. I better see that subtraction sign. Where is it? Because guess what you have to do when you're subtracting? Yep, keep, change, change. Keep the 5, change. Do not forget that step. I know someone just did, so don't forget it. And then 5 plus 2 is 7 exponent. Okay, so use LARS. Remember, on number 1 and 2, is it in scientific? If it's not, use LARS to help you. So let me write that. LARS. Okay, left you add, right you subtract if it's not in scientific. Okay, now let's actually talk about some add and subtract. I know that Miss Harris talked to one of the classes a little bit about it. So let's go, everybody go to number 10. I want to start on number 10. Okay, when you're adding decimals, like so for example, if you're looking at 10, if I wanted to add decimals or subtract decimals, what's the main thing you have to remember? Somebody said it, line up those decimals. Okay, so you have to make sure your scientific notation is also lined up when you add or subtract. The same rules apply. So look, the way that you know it's lined up is by looking at place values. I wonder what number shows me how many place values there are. Yep, right here. And notice your exponents are the same, so what does that mean? Good. Place values are the same. So if your place values are the same, that means everything's already lined up, and you get to just go ahead and add. So remember, line up your decimals. I know that we talked about that. Add those. Let's see, what do you get? 6 plus 4, 8 plus 9, plus 1. I got 16.0. So 16.0 times 10 to the, and just keep the place value the same because they were all lined up. Now, ask yourself, we have to do this every time, because sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no. Is it in the right form? Oh, somebody said it. The answer is no. Okay, so where should the decimal be? Okay, between the 1 and the 6, what direction was that? Okay, left. So come up here and do me a favor and circle the LA. That A means add. So I need to add because I moved that place value. So my final answer being 1.6 times 10 to the, what is 2 plus 1? right, so there's an addition. Let's go to a subtraction. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Everybody go to number 7. Number 7. Okay, first question. Am I adding or subtracting? Yes. So, is it lined up? How do you know if it's lined up? Okay, listen, you've got to look at those place values. The place values tell you if they're lined up. Is 1s over 1s, 10s over 10s, hundreds over hundreds? All right, so right here, place values are the same. Therefore, that means they're lined up, and you can go ahead and subtract like normal. So come down here, make sure, once again, you line up. 1.21. I need you to subtract those, please. Get your answer, and what was the place value that they were at to the third place value? Is that, you always have to ask yourself this, is it in scientific notation? Yes it is. So we do not need to use LARS this time. Just bring your answer up, and we are done. Okay, so the only thing that's going to happen to you today that could be a little different is if they're not lined up. And that's so easy to fix, okay? So I want everybody to go to number 3 and tell me what's wrong. I hope that you noticed that the place values are not lined up this time. Place values are not lined up this time. That is bad. Okay, so we've got to make them match because remember, when you're adding or subtracting decimals, they have to line up. So how do you make them line up? Okay, a while ago, what happened when things did not work out for us? What did we use? We use LARS. So what we're going to do is we're just going to use LARS. All right, so talk to me right now. Okay, pick the smaller one. You always pick the smaller one just because it makes everything easier for you. So pick the smaller one. 6. What do I need to add to it to make it? Let me write LARS because I know I'm about to use it. What do I add to a 6 to make it a 7? Okay, write +1. 6 + 1. Okay, if I add, what did that mean about my direction? Ooh, 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 look at that. What's that L mean? Left. Okay, don't mess up on your left and your right here because that can be totally easy to do, okay? Take that decimal and move it one place to the left. Why 1? Because I only had to add 1, okay? So what is my new number? It should be 0.39 times 10 to the 7th. And now the place values match. Is this in scientific right now? No, but don't worry. I'm about to add it and that'll fix everything, okay? So don't stress. Come over here and just trust me. I need you to add it now. Line up your decimals. That's like the whole lesson today. Okay, 4.1 plus, what is the other number? 0.39. Notice everything's lined up, and in any blanks you can just put zeros. What do you get when you line that up? Add it, add it. Oh, look at that. 4.49 times 10 to the, I lined it up to 10 to the 7th place value. And notice, do I have to use LARS again? No, because you used it a while ago. It's magic. So if you do not use LARS at the beginning, you'll have to use LARS at the end. So that's what I'm teaching you today. If your place values do not line up, use LARS, fix that so your answer will actually work the way you want it to. All right, so let's write our answer. Final answer is 4.49 times 10 to the 7th. Let's do a subtraction. Let's do number 9. Did you guess that? I heard you. You guessed I was going to do number 9. All right, so are the place values lined up? Nope. How do I know that? Good, because they're different. Those two numbers are different. So what do I need to do? First off, you need to pick the smaller one. Now, guys, what number is actually smaller, a -2 or a -4? That's right, a -4. So what we're going to do, go ahead and write LARS. We have to go ahead and use this so we can line them up now, make our lives easier so we don't have to line them up later. Because when we add and subtract, we have to line up. So negative 4 plus 2 will give me the negative 2 that's right here, and then they'll match, okay? The whole point is to make your place values match. Since I added 2, go to A in LARS. What does an A mean do? It means go left. But since I added 2, I've actually got to go left 2. So watch this. 1, 2. And in that place, put a 0. So what is my new number actually? Let's come over here, and we're going to subtract them now because we're ready to go. I know it's not scientific. I know that. It's okay because when we subtract them, it'll work. Watch. 6.21 subtracted from, line up your decimals, 0.0432. Put those zeros, please. All right, let's just subtract. Do y'all remember how to borrow? Because, whoa, who remembers how to borrow? Work this quietly, please, and let's see who can get the same answer as I do. Okay, you should have gotten 6.1668. Okay, I took a minute and I did my work somewhere else because I didn't have enough room, first of all, and I knew some of you were sitting there just watching me because y'all know I can see y'all's computers, right? Okay. All right, so make sure that you got 6.1668. If you did not, let me know. I can totally help you. Google comment me or whatever. All right, so here we go. Take that, and then you do times 10 to the, what did we line them up to a while ago? So we used LARS to help us. It was that negative 2. Notice, is it in scientific? Oh, yes it is. Of course it is, because we already used LARS. That's the whole point of using that, so it's magical right here at the end. Okay, so it's 6.1668 times 10 to the negative 2. We're done. All right, so I want you to finish up this page. You do have some freckle practice in the classroom, and you can get started on that next.